Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Create it. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane, the pessimist the parachute. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. War does not decide who is right, but who is left. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire. The other is to gain it. Youth is wasted on the young. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. All great truths begin as blasphemies. I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. Islam is the best religion, and Muslims are the worst followers. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. English is the easiest language to speak badly. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. A cigarette is a pinch of tobacco rolled in paper with fire at one end and a fool at the other. He who can, does. He who cannot, teaches. To be in hell is to drift. To be in heaven is to steer. Self-control is the quality that distinguishes the fittest to survive. Life is not meant to be easy, my child, but take courage. It can be delightful. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. I'm not a teacher, only a fellow traveler of whom you asked the way. I pointed ahead of myself as well as you. Whiskey is liquid sunshine. My religion, well, my dear, I am a millionaire. That is my religion. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. The only time my education was interrupted was when I was in school. Patriotism is your conviction that this country is superior to all others because you were born in it. Any man who is not a communist at the age of 20 is a fool. Any man who is still a communist at the age of 30 is an even bigger fool. All progress depends on the unreasonable man. The possibilities are numerous once we decide to act and not react. If you teach a man anything, he will never learn. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. If you begin by sacrificing yourself to those you love, you will end by hating those to whom you have sacrificed yourself. Only fools repeat the same things over and over, expecting to obtain different results. The harder I work, the more I live. Most people do not pray, they only beg. The secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people. Some people look at the world and say why. Some people look at the world and say why not. To be a champion, you must live like one. Imagination is the beginning of creation. A photographer is like a cod, which produces 1,000,000 eggs in order that one may reach maturity. As long as I have a want, I have a reason for living. Satisfaction is death. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. Life is too short for men to take it seriously. Now that we have learned to fly the air like birds, swim underwater like fish, we lack one thing: to learn to live on earth as human beings. He knows nothing and thinks he knows everything. That points clearly to a political career. The man who has never made a mistake will never make anything else. Happy is the man who can make a living by his hobby. The longer I live, the more convinced am I that this planet is used by other planets as a lunatic asylum. My specialty is being right when other people are wrong. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. Imitation is not just the sincerest form of flattery, it's the sincerest form of learning. Man's inhumanity to man is only surpassed by his cruelty to animals. The fact that a believer is happier than a skeptic is no more to the point than the fact that a drunken man is happier than a sober one. Youth is a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children. All autobiographies are lies. I do not mean unconscious, unintentional lies. I mean deliberate lies. Better never than late. A fool's brain digests philosophy into folly, science into superstition, and art into pedantry. Hence university education. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. The only sensible person is my tailor. He measures me anew each time he sees me. Patriotism is a pernicious, psychopathic form of idiocy. Some look at things that are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. I want to be all used up when I die.